Discipline your mind. Motivational story. In a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Light. He was intelligent, strong, and full of potential, but there was one thing he lacked: discipline. Light wanted to achieve greatness, but he often found himself distracted, lazy, and inconsistent. He dreamed of success, but his actions never matched his dreams. One day, he visited an old monk who lived at the top of the mountain. The monk was known for his wisdom and peace of mind. Light climbed the steep path for hours until he finally reached the small hut where the monk meditated every day. "Master," Light said, "I want to be successful. I want to control my thoughts and my life. But my mind keeps wandering. I make plans, but I don't follow through. I want to learn discipline." The monk smiled gently. "Sit down, young man," he said. "Let me tell you a story." Light sat beside him as the cool mountain wind brushed his face. "Many years ago," the monk began, "there was a warrior who trained day and night to become the strongest in his kingdom. But he was restless. Whenever he practiced sword fighting, he thought about food. When he ate, he thought about his battles. When he prayed, he thought about his enemies. His body was in one place, but his mind was everywhere. One day, his master told him, "You will never master the sword until you master your mind." Light listened carefully. The warrior asked, "How can I master my mind, master?" The old master replied, "Go to the river every morning and hold a cup of water in your hand. Try to walk from one end of the bridge to the other without spilling a single drop. Do this every day until you can complete it perfectly." Light was intrigued. "What happened next?" he asked. The monk continued. For weeks the warrior failed. The first day, he was distracted by birds. The next day, he stumbled when people laughed. On the third day, the wind blew, and he lost focus. But he kept going. Each time he lost concentration, he started again. Slowly, his mind began to obey him. He learned to ignore the noise, the laughter, the wind, everything except the cup of water in his hand. Finally, one morning, he walked across the bridge without spilling a single drop. The monk paused and looked at Light. When he returned to his master, the master smiled and said, "Now, you have learned discipline. Your sword will now follow your mind, and your mind will follow your purpose." Light thought for a long time. "So, the secret is to focus the mind." The monk nodded. "Discipline is not about controlling everything outside you. It's about mastering what's inside you. The world will always distract you. People will talk. Situations will change. Life will test you. But your focus, your calmness, your consistency, that's what makes you powerful." He pointed at Light's heart. "Your greatest battle is not with others. It's with your own thoughts." Light felt silent. The words sank deep into his heart. Before leaving, the monk gave him a small candle and said, "Keep this candle burning from sunset to sunrise every night for 30 days. Protect it from the wind, from rain, from darkness. Don't let it go out." Light accepted the challenge. The first few nights were easy, but soon strong winds blew through his window and rain tried to extinguish the flame. Many times he stayed awake just to guard the candle. Some nights he failed and had to start over. But with each night, Light became more patient, more focused. He stopped getting angry when things went wrong. He learned to stay calm when the wind grew strong. By the 30th night, the candle burned from dusk till dawn without his panic or fear. He had learned control, not over the flame, but over himself. The next morning, he climbed back to the mountain to meet the monk again. The old monk smiled as Light bowed. "Master," Light said, "the candle taught me more than I expected. I realized that my distractions were the wind and my fears were the rain. I cannot stop them, but I can protect my light." The monk nodded. "Exactly, my child. Discipline is not punishment, it is protection. It protects your time, your peace, your dreams, and your light. A disciplined mind is like a steady flame. It shines even when the storm comes." Years later, Light became one of the most respected leaders in the kingdom. People admired his wisdom and calmness. When asked about the secret of his success, he always smiled and said, "I learned to keep my light burning, no matter how strong the wind." If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful motivational stories every week. Stay disciplined, stay focused. See you in the next video.